So here on New Zealand, H3 is flashing. Pound yen remain H3 and H10 going short. And what I see Santiago in H10 is this down movement, and we have like a 61 retracement at this point in these two balls, and the H10 going short. So I'm trying to go short in pound yen.
Yeah, I think most of the yen pairs are setting up to try to go short.
Yeah.
They're waiting for the market to retrace and go short on that.
Yeah.
So I've got to find the high of the session and then take advantage of that to go short.
Yeah. If I draw fips from these two balls to these three balls, so a shooting area is here in this 61 that is 50 C 06, 07 from here to go to the downside. We have a 1, 2, 3. Maybe it's going to repaint in pound yen. In New Zealand, also I draw fips in the 4 hour. I have H10 going long, and the daily is above, weekly going good color. 1, 2, 3 balls. And the 4 hour, looking for long. So I have the larger time frame filter here in the bottom. This, if I change to the 1 minute, always I know what the H3 and H10 they are doing. But what I like to get it like this is I can see really the cycling, what he's doing, if he's heading up or he's heading down.
Yeah.
For me, it's really important. For example, this H10 in the pound Aussie. So that confirms what you say about pounds. They are trying to head short there. And you have this divergent here that you cannot see it if you go to a smaller time frame. This is my wild card, so I'm going to focus in pound yen and here New Zealand in these two charts. And here I'm going to change to any pairs you want to see. So I have, okay, we have the opening of Frankfurt, and we have here New Zealand. Okay, I buy New Zealand. I have a sell change. Eight pips and 11 pips. Swiss has a good setup also in the 4 hour. We have two balls in the top, H10 red, and it's kind of sinking the 5 minutes. H3 is still blue. And pound yen H3 changed to blue. So maybe it's going to take me out. Took me out pound yen. Okay, we have a two ball in pound yen. It's right in the 61 retracement here. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I don't like trading the first 10 minutes of the hour.
Mm.
You have to let the market decide what it wants to do.
Yeah, I'm going to set it
It's
as a
like
rule.
every if you look at every candlestick, no matter what time frame you're in,
Yeah,
usually it likes to pull back a little bit in the opposite direction before it goes in the direction it wants to go.
right.
So at the beginning of each hour, you want to see if the market's going to pull back and then settle down and then go in the direction it wants to go.
Okay.
Sometimes the market just keeps on trucking. It opens up and it keeps going fast, but that don't happen as much as the market pulls back a little bit. You have a higher percent chance that the market's going to pull back a little bit before going in the direction it wants to go.
Right.
That will keep you from getting whipsaw early in the trade.
Mm. Okay, this is pound cat. We have a 3 bar here in the 4 hour. H10 red, and it's retracing to the 61.
I hate I got out of that. I was in the on the Euro cat earlier and it just took off. Not being patient enough.
That's, sorry, that was the pound Aussie. Pound cat.
Euro.
Yeah.
No, the Euro cat.
Euro cat. Okay, sorry. Yeah, so you have a 3 ball painting here, and everything is sinking to the downside. So you were trading long?
No, it was short.
Short,
Earlier.
okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I was
So
short maybe like 15 pips ago, but I didn't stay with it.
Yeah.
Just let it go.
Yeah. Just in the break of that range.
Yeah.
Okay, pound yen is retracing heavily.
Yeah, I'm up 10 pips on that pound yen long.
You enter long? Good. Yeah, you have everything here.
Yeah, I was expecting the yen pairs to pull back. If they're going to drop, they needed to find the high of the session.
Right.
Going into the London session. So I expected maybe for some kind of pullback.
Mm. still going in your favor. That's good.
Alright, so I have 13 pips protected.
Good.
Yeah, took me out of 13.
Nice.
Hey, Rajiv, did you take that Euro New Zealand down again?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I started to, but
A little late on my entry, but yeah.
Entering pound yen, going short. Let's see.
That cat just went bonkers.
It was all lined up to go short.
Yeah, man. I don't know why I get like that sometimes. So impatient. All right, let's see.
Okay, Ponzi paint two board in the 4 hour. And ace 10. No, that's is red. Wow, this is conflicting. I don't know why it does this. Yeah. change that. 15 minutes. Yeah, this. Okay, we have a 15-minute bar. Pound yen change color. So maybe it's established the high of the session. And now, but still looking for the high of the day in H3. Here in New Zealand, change color also. So maybe we have reaching the low of the session. If I say something wrong, Rajit, Santiago, let me know. I think this is a learning also for people that will watch the video. I'm just recording the session.
What did you say, Rafael?
Yes, that if I say something wrong, let me know. Like this is a learning for other people because I'm recording this session. So,
Okay.
so what I'm saying is that 30-minute change color. So maybe H1 will change color, and we have seen the high of the session. We're still looking for the high of the day in H3, and so I have to be careful with this.
Oh, the Euro New Zealand?
I'm in pound yen here, short. And in Euro New Zealand, no, in Euro New Zealand, I don't see any. Now we have reached the 61.8. That's a really good sign that will be maybe start going in the direction. We break a structure here, so we're in this downtrend, and now we have this board to these three board that break structure, and they have this one board retracement here. H10 is blue, so I'm expecting Euro New Zealand a big move to the upside.
Yeah, that Euro New Zealand, Euro Aussie in a big channel.
Yeah.
Right time frame. Go over to the 4 hour, you see the bigs be going back and forth, up to down.
Right. Okay. I enter Euro New Zealand.
Where you enter long or short on that?
Long. I was looking flickering the 30-minute, but it's early entry, so maybe. Let's see, I said 10 pips stop loss. We reached the support area right here. That is 61. So I have this 5-minute diversion.
Yeah, it's a very aggressive entry.
Yeah.
I'm looking at my 15-minute chart. Everything is still red.
I see that.
I'll go over to my 5-minute chart. Everything is still on the Euro New Zealand. That's the one you got in?
Yes, yes, and you're completely right because it's going against me. So negative 5 pips.
Yeah, it's better to let the trade materialize and give you a better signal.
Okay.
If you look at the 15-minute, you see 15 minutes is still one bar. It
Right.
hasn't given any kind of formation or anything that's telling you that it wants to turn around.
Right.
Right. Plus your indicators are all red.
Yes.
It may flash a loop. The lower indicators may flash blue.
Yeah, the 30-minute was flashing a little blue. So.
Yeah. But you see the 5-minute and 15 already turn red again. So it's just not ready yet.
Yeah.
You have to let it settle down and
so I'm going to
show you it wants to turn around versus you guessing, you anticipating that it's going to turn around. You need to be sure that it wants to turn around, or at least have a high % chance that it wants to turn around.
Right.
The problem with anticipation is sometimes you get it and you're like, oh man, I got it, and the next time you don't. So
right.
It's almost like a 50-50 chance.
Right.
You're taking it. Sometimes it's less because the indicators are not ready yet. Yeah, euro's the weakest currency right now.
Which one? Euro.
Euro.
Maybe I mixed too much the larger time frame, the smaller time frame.
Yeah, the larger time frame you need to be concerned of for the session will be your H10 and H3.
Yeah.
If they're both in sync, that's perfect. If the H10 and H3 are not in sync, then you have to try to see if you have an in-session trade.
Right.
D2 and W1 is long term, so you may be totally going against that.
Yeah.
When you're going with it, it's better. But if you see D2 is red, don't let that deter you from what's actually going on right now.
Okay.
So if what's that Euro? What's the one you got in the middle?
Euro New Zealand.
Right, Euro New Zealand. H3 is what?
H3 is red.
Everything's red, so it wants to keep trying to push down. So
right.
You're going against the H3 and the H1, trying to go up until it's telling you it's not ready yet.
Right.
Now the H3 and H1 is not in line with H10, so this is strictly just H3 on down trade in session. Now when the H3 saddles and H1 gives you the low of the session, then it'll be aligned with H10. Then you can start looking for longs.
Okay. $20 seconds for a new 15-minute bar form.
Hey, Rajiv, you still in that Euro New Zealand?
It took me out. I sink in very well. So the first entry in the 1 minute. There's somewhere in here. For 30 pips. So yeah, this 3 ball here. Okay, I understand.
Yeah, fibs are good for targets and possible areas where the market may turn around.
Right. It's very difficult to draw a good fit.
Well, I mean,
After the fact, is very easy.
well, no, even if you draw good fibs, you don't know when it's going to turn around, where, at what
Right.
level it's going to turn around.
Right.
They could go deeper and turn around later at 786.
Right.
618, 503. What's the other one? 318 or
Mm.
the 38.
Right.
It could turn at any of those locations. So you just know that if it gets to that location and you get a signal, then that's the turnaround point. But if you anticipate that, okay, it has to turn around at 618,
Yeah.
and you're not listening to your signal, then you're going to get in prematurely.
Right.
So at least it gives you that area where it may turn around, and then now you concentrate to see if you actually get the turnaround. Because if you don't get it, then you don't enter.
Almost, it was a good one. H3 change color. With this reward here in the top. That was the good one. move pound yen to break even. minute for the open of the market. London open. So we have the high of the Asian, the pound yen. Okay. So in my direction, it's spiking, so I'm not going to enter riding on. I'm going to move my okay, I enter. I add on. New Zealand change color in H10, so that's a really good one. Still in that one, Rajit was a good entry, early entry.
Yeah, we don't hear you, Rajiv.
Okay. Can you
Ah, yes, I thought you were
right, Mike's
fall asleep.
I didn't get into the Euro New Zealand. Missed that one.
Oh,
Put the pound in for 10 times.
okay, good.
I'm out of trades right now. I'm sniping at the market because I don't trust the market.
Okay.
Look at the pound yen. It dropped and now it's retracing.
Yeah.
No freaking direction.
Oh, your New Zealand is crazy.
Yeah. Missed the spike. Crap. Team pip trade. Hitting the bottom of the channel though. Let's see.
You have a 3 ball also. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a 15-minute 3 ball and a 4-hour.
Yeah. Look.
So let's see if this holds. And most of the moves today are going to be in the US session after the round announcement. Renata is very quiet today. What's the matter?
Yeah, I'm just watching.
Just listening, huh?
Yeah. I was in pound yen around where Rafael has entered, but I exit before London Open. Should stay.
So you missed the spike.
Yeah.
Okay.
But what do you think about staying in this move through the London? This could have went the other way also.
Yeah, that's the risk you take. It could have spiked the other way. It would have got you a negative.
Yeah.
So you just don't know. It's better to be safe than sorry.
You tighten your stops and ride it, or you get out. The pound yen again.
I re-entered pound yen and I'm struggling with this small range. But it's the fourth push down, so it's not so strong.
Okay, we have a blue ball.
Yeah.
So I time my stop in the 50, right in the 50 pip.
In the bottom of the session.
Yeah. Here in New Zealand, change color the MZ30. Are you in, Rajit, or not?
No.
In which one? Sorry.
Here in New Zealand, going long.
Yeah. Okay.
No, but I'm not in. I'm not in. I'm just asking.
Yeah.
I want to understand.
Is Rajiv up in this one?
No, it's out. It's in any trade.
Okay.
Pound yen is looking good, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's moving.
I'm preparing to get out because it's going to the low of the day.
Broke the low of the session.
Yeah.
Pound is spiking. Yen is moving up.
Oh, I closed it by mistake. It was.
Okay.
I was setting for get out for 40 and get out for 36, 37.
Fair enough, right?
And I made my losses back and I'm positive. So that's the important thing that this system, even if you don't master yet, because I think it was very premature, my entry in the Euro New Zealand,
Right.
and it wasn't a good entry. It made this good entry made my loss back, and I'm positive. I'm positive. But today, most like 1%.
That's good.
Yeah, that's really good. That's really good. So people that are listening, so it's very important that you stick to the rules, master the entry. I didn't do the best in my entry. I was a little too early in pound yen. Sorry?
Just hit my target on yen.
Oh, good.
55.75 was my target.
Yeah, the 75. I wanted also to set it in the 75.
I'm for 4%.
Perfect. You see, so that pay also, guys, to be focusing in a couple of pairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And pound yen is.
I didn't get it in the Euro New Zealand because the M30 was still blue.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't take that short.
Okay.
And when it started to spike, the M15 was blue. So it wasn't lined up. So it's okay. We miss a trade now. That's fine. But the pound yen just lined up beautifully.
Yeah.
You know, and gave you 20 pips.
Yeah. That's good.
I mean, it was a thrust. But if you take Rafael, if you go to the third bar from the the second bar from the current bar.
Mhm.
Not that one, the one, yeah, there. And take from the bottom to where it is now, how many pips is it? Bottom.
The bo-
Bottom.
Oh,
But
sorry. 70 pips.
How many?
17?
17 pips. There you go.
Yeah.
If you're trading a 5 pip stop loss on a $25,000 account,
Yeah.
you get about 4 lots.
Right.
17 pips is $700.
See.
yeah.
6%. You know, I mean, you're doing 3%, you're almost there. So 750 is your target.
Mm.
So just some account management, risk management,
Right.
stuff, all coming together.
Yeah, that is so important,
If
the
you
management.
go or 7 bars to the left of where you are right now. Yeah, go to where the no, go for 3-4 bars more to the left. Right there.
Yeah.
There to bottom to where it is now. How many pips is it?
22 pips.
22 pips. 4 lots is 880. Oh,
Mm.
Right.
patient space.
That's right. That's right. And where I was.
Telling you 3% a day
Yeah.
for the month,
Mm.
more than double your account in 1 month.
Yeah.
I was setting at first at the low of the week here, and then I'm looking the pivot point that maybe it's going to.
Which pivot is it? Daily or weekly pivot?
This is daily,
Daily.
only daily, daily.
Now watch it, hit that, and then bounce from there.
Right. Oh no, exactly. If it's a daily, let me see.
So you use pivots, Fibonacci's. What else do you use to confuse yourself?
Well, I try to not show it in the 5-minute, only in the 15, in the middle. Close. So this is my 15-minute chart.
Yeah.
You see this like this. So I see only the ADR. Okay, that we are here. We saw the low of yesterday and the high of yesterday in magenta, the high of the week, the low of the week, and pivot. But I don't see it anymore if I go to the 1 hour. So I see it only the 15 minutes to not confuse myself, as you say. But all the time I get here for some study, so see why they are bouncing some levels. So here you see you have the high, the low of the last week, because this is this is last week. This is the low of this week.
Too many decision points.
Yeah. Yeah, you're exactly right.
This is what I mean by putting too many indicators on your chart.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yes, I understand. So maybe I'm going to try. I think I have make a lot of progress. Only now focusing 2 or 3 pairs from 18. From 18.
Let me show you my chart.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Let me show
Tell
my
the
chart.
screen.
Access. Or can you stop showing your chart so I can show mine?
Yes, yes, yes. Of course, of course. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
See my chart? The mouse moving?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
This is the pound yen. Right?
Okay.
See the box here?
Yes.
Out of the way.
Yeah.
This was this bar spike on the London Open.
Right.
Okay. As soon as that broke the bar, I took a small trade. 75 was my target, 17 pips, like you said. right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But the real target, I mean, the real entry was somewhere here.
Yeah.
Actually, I would say this is a better entry right there, right on the London Open, right?
Right.
But you're not taking that because of the spike, right? So your entry is here, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Lined up. Even from what I wrote yesterday, even this is not an ideal entry because you're already in the impulse, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this was a I think this was turning blue and red because this was going up. So this is the ideal entry, and there 24 pips. You see all these lines?
Yes.
These are all resistance and support lines based on the price.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm playing price action. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So these are all my targets when it goes down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and this was the blue, the yellow ball here.
Mm-hmm.
So this would have been 15 pips. And this price was what?
Yeah.
This price was 80.9. This is actually where I got out. But the target was 75.
Yeah.
Somewhere in here. I think he's there right now. But that would have been 20 pips. Like I said, 20 pips times 4 lots, $800. You
Yeah.
met your goal.
Mm-hmm.
On the way up, as you can see my boxes here, consolidations that got out of sync.
Yeah.
Again. This was a long consolidation. 15-minute got out of sync.
Wow. And it's really doing what I was expecting because the 4-hour, the H10, everything was very good. So I'm going to copy my trade. I'm going to send it to my group. And let's see. Session.
Just took off.
Yeah, it took off. So yeah.
Look at the 4-hour.
Yeah.
You have H4 or H3 and H10 in sync. Right here.
Yeah.
Right? There's your
Right.
drop into the 15.
Wow. My God.
Session.
Well,
Median session. Here's your entry. That's too big a stop loss, 25.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, it's right. Wow, my God, it's going to 50.
yeah.
Yeah.
Stop loss, 10 pips, let's say. Entry. 6 pips stop loss.
Yeah. Well, actually, I think I entered in that trade. Oh no. Oh no, what time I entered? Yeah, I entered at the beginning of the session in Frankfurt.
Yes.
36 pips.
Yeah.
Ball. Entry
Right.
here somewhere.
Right.
Your London spike. Right? Everything lined up.
Mm-hmm.
Took our entry. Stop loss. 6 pips. So 40 pips. There's your trade setup based on the balls, whatever. Right?
Yeah.
Simple. And
Mm-hmm.
if you look at the 5-minute getting out of sync here, right? So here's your box. 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Got out of sync again over here.
Right.
Here's your consolidation. Your spike, obviously. And here's another consolidation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, it's only on 5 minutes. We should have stayed in it with the H1.
Everything else is in sync, right? So
Yeah.
Yes.
you're comparing your small boxes. So these are your re-entry points, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Because when it goes back into sync, he got an entry. See?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's an entry right there. There's an entry right there. There's an entry right there. Every time it comes out of sync,
Mm-hmm.
basically done a retracement, give me an entry. Retracement, entry. Retracement, entry.
Mm-hmm.
This retraces and comes down, there'll be another entry, but now you have a 3 wall, right? But this, what I'm saying is, this is how I'm looking at it as the trade is progressing. You know, when it gets out of sync, what do I do?
Yeah, those boxes help you stay focused
Okay.
on the area
Right.
where you
Mm-hmm.
need to be focused
Here's
on.
the big, this is the 1 hour out of sync with everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gets back into sync. Is from here to here is a big box. Get
Mm-hmm.
out of there. Here's your entry right there.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to be conservative, you take the when the 1 hour is out of sync, and you wait for it. You just draw your box.
Mm. Okay.
Similarly over here, out of sync, entry, out of sync, entry, right?
Mm-hmm.
All this is telling you when it gets out of sync is there's a retracement going to happen. Retracement happens, there's an entry.
Mm-hmm.
Retracement happens, here's an entry. Retracements happen, here's an entry. Retracement happens, here's an entry.
Okay.
Here, I'm not looking down at the 1 minute just yet, but
Yeah.
here, okay. Now, if you look at the 1 minute, there's an entry.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
There's an entry.
Yes.
One wasn't an entry, so you had to wait a little bit. Here's an entry, right? And this one was a bar late. Here's the entry. You took all of these trades
Mm-hmm.
and patience, which I don't have.
Right. Yeah. Well.
Got out over here, somewhere in here. Let's say you got out over here.
Yeah.
It's a bad exit, but let's say you got out over here.
Okay.
7 pips, 15, 28, 39 pips.
Okay.
Two lots, $1,600. You'll be out somewhere in here once you achieve your 3%. Even if you don't take these last two. He's just going for $750. That's 18 pips.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
15. You just be out here. 8. That's 15 pips right there.
Mm-hmm.
$600. This little move, 7 pip move. So this is the power of the trade manager.
Yes.
When it calculates your lots and gives you the larger lot sizes.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't have to go for 50 pips. You go for 10 pips. I started going for 10 pips with 4 lots. And they have to take 3 or 4 trades to achieve my goal. But, you know,
fantastic.
I don't have to sit through all this crap. Right? This was an extraordinary thing, right? I mean, this made 17 pips, 4 lots, $700. I'm out.
Yeah.
You know, I could have taken another entry, 4 lots, 800 pips. 2 trades, and you're waiting for this all day, right?
Yeah.
Yes, yep. But it worth it. Yeah, for sure, it worth it. Yeah.
Once it gets into sync, the beauty of the system, you know.
Yes.
And getting out of sync, you're forewarned that there's going to be a retrace.
Right.
Makes sense?
Yes. Yes.
You can have your screen back.
So you see, yes, I'm going to show my screen. So.
Yeah, I'm going to give you the screen back.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is my pound yen trade that I did today. So you see how I missed this first entry here. So I set my entry for nine pips and it took me out. Okay. I was, as Santiago say, predicting the future, and I didn't let the trade develop. And here it was in the opposite to go long, and that was the trade that they took and you explained. Then again, I was so early in this trade here. I see.
Hang on. That entry is incorrect.
Yes, it's
because your bar is still blue.
Exactly, it's incorrect. Is what that's my point. That it wasn't good. Because even the 30-minute I saw, but he didn't really change color, so I wasn't patient enough, and I entered here. I was lucky. Let's say.
Let's be honest. You entered a 61.8 retrace,
right? Right. I entered in the 61 retracement, and at that point. Yeah, I have this second entry here. That was a good one for 7 pips stop loss. And then I tried to set it to 75, but I made a mistake, and he kept going. But he could take my target. So I made 30, 27, and 10. It's more like 36, 37 pips in that trade, and I lost 9 that I shouldn't lost.
How many lots were you trading, if I may ask?
How? My lot size in this real account is 0.65.
0.65?
It's like $5 a pip.
Okay. The $5 a pip is like $135. Right?
Yeah, right.
Your account size is probably about 1,000, 1,500.
Rajib, sorry, I cannot hear you very well.
Your account size is what, 1,500?
2,000, I think.
Yes, 2,000. Yeah. Sorry.
So 2,000, 3% or $2,060, right?
Right.
And you made 135. You achieved it 3% for the day.
Yes.
Why are you trading?
Why? Because I'm greedy.
Because you can't keep your fingers out of your keyboard, off your keyboard, right?
Right. So I come back to this. No, and I have time to be in front of the computer, and I want to really master this system.
The point is that you're trading your prop account, right?
Yes.
You made your 3%. Go to your demo account and satisfy your need.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to trade your prop account anymore.
Right.
Done your 3%, you keep going. Next day, do 3%, stop. 3% stop, right?
Right.
You got 5 days to achieve what, 10%?
Yes. 8%. 8%. Only 8.
8%. So in 3 days, you will have achieved that
Right.
without having the problem of the system going back and forth, not the system, but your account going back and forth,
Exactly.
because you could keep your hands off your keyboard, right?
Right.
This is all part of the discipline. So you satisfy your need to trade, learn the system, whatever, right? Train your eyes, but at the same time, you've achieved your goal.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense? I don't know if that makes sense.
Yes, yes.
So the way Len trades,
Yep.
he's not here.
Mm.
I'll give my screen back, sorry.
Yes.
He's looking for a ball on the 4-hour, which is right there, a 2 ball. And he's only taking short trades on the 5 minute.
Mm-hmm.
So here's his first trade. Here's his second trade on the 5 minute. So 5 minute, you're going H3 and up. Here's your trade, right?
Right.
Here's the entry, everything lined up. May not be that entry. So let's say this was the entry. Did he lose much? Actually, he came out ahead of Pip. And here's your stop loss, 6 pips. 36 pips.
Yes. It's 6,
And
1 to 6.
second entry. So, okay, where's my entry here?
There.
Right there. So this one is up another 30 pips. So he's made 70 pips. Just by looking at the 4-hour ball.
Mm-hmm.
Getting his direction.
Yes.
And taking the straight on the 5 minutes. That's his brief system trading. Okay, that makes sense.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, the EuroCAD that Santiago missed. Here's your 4-hour ball, the 1 ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
This was yesterday in the US session. So today he's coming in and saying, okay, I'm only looking for shorts, right?
Yes.
So here's a 2-ball replacement. You drop it down to the 5. Saying, okay, where is my entry? My entry is from H3 up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So where's my entry short? Let's say.
There. Yes.
Here.
Even before.
I would say after the retrace, I would take an entry.
Oh, okay.
Over here, right?
Okay.
If I'm trading the Asian session, this is my entry.
Mm-hmm.
And 6 pip stop loss, 60 pip. So it's 10
1 to 10. Wow. 10 to 1.
And for you, Renata, since you come in at the Euro session, here's your entry. Right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the stop loss, 7 pips. So 1 to 7. That's how he's trading. But he's also keeping in mind where he is on the H1 and H3.
Yes.
Okay. So he wants to see a red here, so since he's going short, and wait for the low of the session. So he'll trade to the low of the session. You're a 2-ball now on the 4-hour here. So he's already maximized his trade.
Mm-hmm.
And how did we come up with that? Here's your box right here. Then a box within a box. Then we were looking at it last night around this time, and everything was lined up to go short. We're just looking for an entry. H10, H3, and H1 were all lined up.
Mm.
And remember, if you look at the D2, H10, and H3, it'll tell you which time frame your trade is on. If these two match, then it's a 1 hour time frame trade. If these two match, it's a 15-minute trade.
Okay.
If nothing matches, then it's a 1 minute trade.
Okay.
You can take your entries on the 1 minute, but where is your trading time frame? It's tell you where it is.
And your target,
What's that?
Your target must be according to this,
To your time frame.
to your time frame, right?
Yes. So like the Euro Aussie, this is not a good example either. But let's see one where it doesn't here. The Euro Swissy, right? Your time frame is a 15-minute.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right.
Here it is out of sync, and they've got into sync. So let's just say somewhere in here.
There.
Go to your 15. Here's your time frame for trading. Where's your ball? Your ball is over here.
Yes.
Go to the 1 minute. Where's your entry? Your entry didn't come out till all the way here.
Right.
And really your entry is here somewhere. That's your entry. Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a 4 pip stop loss, 24 pip trade, 1 to 6. That's what I did. Now I went from 1 hour, determined where my entry, where my time frame is. 15-minute time frame. Here's the target. Let's say.
Yeah.
20 pip target, right?
Mm-hmm.
Trading 4 lots. This is 10.6 per pip. 80 times 10. That's almost $850.
On how big account? 2,000?
Oh,
No,
only 25.
no. 5,000.
So
25. Okay.
80 pips on. I mean $80 on a $2,500 account.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Still meets at 3%. Keep that in mind. It's not the account size that matters. It's the percentage that you achieve.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at the euro yen. Let's see, euro dollar. Euro dollar was also lined up. Pound Aussie. I think this is one of the ones you were trading, Rafael.
Pound Aussie, yes, I was trading yesterday.
Look at the pound Aussie. It's out of sync. There's no trade.
Right.
It just got into a trade on the 15-minute, but really there was no trade today. How did he do on this one? Did he make any money?
No.
Okay. Pound CAD. Pound CAD was a short trade, right? At the beginning. So it was 15 minutes. It's not a 1 hour trade. The D2s are out of sync. 15-minute. Looking for a short. Here's it for a short. Euro session is the second short right there. And you go to the 1 minute. Say, where's my trade? Trade is somewhere here. There's a trade.
Even before, no?
Where?
Go back there.
Is it a fresh?
It's not fresh. Okay, good. Thank you, Rajit. Okay, perfect.
And this is not a fresh, right?
Right. Okay.
So your first possible trade entry would be here, but it's not below 0. This is then gets out of sync, right?
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, so where's the entry? There's the entry, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a 5 pip stop loss. Let's see where the target would have been. The target is all the way down here. And your entry is up here. So this is a potential of 40 pips.
Mm-hmm.
It's doing a one ball, so it'll do a one ball retrace and then come down on the 4 hour. So if you got out over here, you made your 20 pips on pound CAD. Take it and go home. Right? Let's see. Let's look at another one. Let's look at the pound Swiss. Pound Swiss was a short, right? 15-minute short. And let's look at the 15-minute. Here's a short. Here's your first short. We were taking the Asian session. And your trade did. This is historical, obviously your balls could have moved. But look at the 1 hour was not in sync anyway for a short. Somewhere in here is your trade. Then if you trade. 11 pips stop loss, 20 pips. That's a 2 to 1. This is why I like to trade a couple of pairs and get used to them. Look at the pound dollar. 1 hour. Short again. So let's look at the 15. Here's my short. Here's my European short. So again, didn't get into sync till here. Here's my entry, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many pips is that? 20 pips. 7 pips stop loss, 3 to 1.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, by doing this, I'm obviously ensuring that, if I'm going short, I'm going towards the low of the session, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's very important. You should not disregard that. And the H3 has to be short. So didn't come into sync till here. And that's where your trade actually came in. 20 pips. So when the H3 and the H1 got into sync, you had your trade. Am I making sense?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Let's look at gold. Everybody loves gold.
Yeah.
No trade.
No trade?
That's right. No.
Okay.
No trade. Nothing in sync. It's getting in sync now, but during our session, there was no sync.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the syncing short. Yesterday.
Yeah, that was a big one.
Right. Here's your sync, first sync, right? They go to the 15. Right at the US session.
Yeah, when the news came out.
Right. So the 1 minute. This thing spiked like anything, but no, so 3 ball. The 3 ball was up here somewhere, but here's your entry right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is a 18 pip stop, 251 pip gain. And you could have gotten out somewhere here with the 1 hour guard of sync, 178 pips. It's 1 to 10. Again, H1 and H3 have to be in sync. Right there. H1 and H3. Understood?
Because you trade on 5, or why they should be in sync?
No. You're going to the 15, right? You're on the H1, right? And you're saying your H10 and H3 are in sync, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If H2 and H3 are in sync and giving you a direction, and H1 falls into that direction, what are you going to have? You're going to have H1, H3, H10 all in sync.
Mm-hmm.
That's a direction.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, sometimes we pick pairs like the pound Aussie to trade. There is no direction.
Mm.
You know, let's look at the 15-minute. You come in here and you're looking at this pair and saying H3 is going up towards the high of the day. My H1 is going down. What do I do? There's no trade here.
Mm-hmm.
The trade comes in over here, and by the time this gets out of sync, it's already at the bottom here. The M30 is out of sync. So where's the trade here? Is there a trade over here?
No. No.
Look at the H3 out of sync.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could have made some money, but was it worth it?
Exactly. No.
Look at the pound CAD. Pound CAD got into sync. There's your trade.
Mm-hmm.
On Swissy. It's the sync long where these bars are red. You're already too late anyway. Then you got into sync short.
Mm-hmm.
There's your trade. On the end. Right there. The trade short. There's a trade short earlier. On New Zealand. On New Zealand, there's no trade.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
H3 is going up, H1 is coming down. Where's the trade? On dollar. Are into sync, too late. Not much for trade. But look at the Euro session, the Asian session. Give you the trade. And I keep making it simple for you guys.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajit. Thank you. That helps
Basically
us a lot.
direction.
You will talk about it tomorrow on.
No, Santiago is going to talk about the consolidation boxes, these boxes, on the
Okay.
4 hour.
Mm-hmm.
How to get the long-term direction and then play the channel. Basically, this is a channel on the 4 hour. How do you play that? That's what we're going to talk about tomorrow.
Okay.
It's a long-term analysis to derive your plan for the week,
Okay.
essentially. What I'm talking about is on a daily basis. If you're looking at it, let's say your plan for the week on this currency, the Euro Aussie is short, right? You're at the top of the channel, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Now you look down here and you say, okay, I am short. But this is the middle of the week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here I'm long at the start of the week, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I have a 2-ball 4 hour. I'm long on the H10, I'm long on the D2, and I'm long on the W1. And I have this box. I'm at the bottom of the channel. Here's my target.
Mm-hmm.
So if I drop to the 15, and I know I'm going long, here's my 4 hour 3-ball actually. And I don't come into trade till the Euro session. Am I taking a trade here?
Yeah. Yeah, I would.
You would?
Yeah.
Where would you put your stop? Here?
Yeah.
Trading a 4 hour, remember? You're not trading 15
Mhm.
minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to take a 5 pip stop. You're going to guarantee to be taken out.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Unless you just trade for the day.
But I will exit there on the top.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you just trade for the day, then you're good, right?
Yeah.
Then you come in the next day,
Mm-hmm.
you're still long. There's your entry.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you enter the 2-ball, exit the 2-ball or the 3-ball, right? You come in the next day, you're still looking for a long. Here's your entry. Long.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got a 3-ball short. on the 4 hour. And where are you? At the top of the channel.
Okay.
You're synced short, almost. But this is the 5-minute trade, right? You go to the 5-minute. You're going short. There's your short. There's your trade. 45 pips. That's what he's going to teach you.
Okay. How are you doing this analysis so fast? Did you watch charts for a very long time, or you just jump from one to another and make the right judgment?
What do you mean?
Now when you were saying up and down, and this is so fast, you just can see.
Well, you're looking at the 4 hour, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now on the 4 hour, it got out of sync right here.
Okay.
Right. So you know you're going to go be in a channel, right? You got into sync here, but you got out of sync again.
Yeah.
Right. In sync, out of sync. So you know you're in a channel here, right? So you draw your box, and then you see where you are in the channel. It gives you your target.
Yeah.
So you can trade the 4 hour, take your 15-minute entry to be a large stop loss, but you're going for 170, 200 pips. It's still a 1 to 5 trade.
Yeah.
You can take multiple trades in between, right? Nothing stops you from taking add-ons. So this could turn out to be a 1,000 pip trade, right? If you take 4 or 5 entries.
Yeah.
So the trading style is dependent on the risk of the person taking the trade, right? All we can show you is where the entries could have been. So like on the 15-minute, well, let's say it's a 5-minute. And the 4 hour corresponds to the 15-minute pretty well, but let's say you took the entries on the 5-minute. I won't go to the 1 minute. So here's your European trade. And there's your trade right there, right?
Yeah.
46 pips. Now you go to the next day, you're still looking for longs. Where's your entry? It's a spike. You are not going to take an entry on a spike.
No.
So this possible entry that happened till here. Did it happen here? No. So this is your first possible entry on the 5-minute. And that's 50 pips. Doesn't look like much, but that's 50 pips. And you're at the top of the channel. What are you going to do now? You're going to look for shorts. So here's your entry short, somewhere in here. 27 pips. Still looking for shorts. You made it 27 here, okay. And you come in here, you're looking for shorts. So here's your short entry. This is a 3 ball, so you wait for the 3 ball. Here's your entry short. 60 pips. I know I went fast, but really the key is determining on the 4 hour.
Yeah,
what does it look like? Right? I mean, look at the Euro Yen, for example. Euro Yen, the big box, is here. That's the big box, right? Agree?
Yes.
Why is this a big box? Look at the H3 and the weekly. The T2 and the weekly. In and out of sync, right? So you know it's a sideways market. Actually, it's been a sideways market all the way here.
Yeah. Okay.
Since here, right? You already know you're in a sideways market. Now you enter in the week, new week here, right? That's the new week. Are you at the top of the channel, middle of the channel, bottom of the channel? Where are you?
We go from bottom to top.
Right. You're in a one ball retrace.
Yeah.
So you can take a long here, but you're an overall short, right?
Mm.
You can play the one ball retrace. You go to the 5 minute. Here's a trade. Right here. You won't get much. One ball, you won't get much. 20 some pips. And you're back on the 4. 5, 15 minutes. Where am I? So I have the. Yeah, here's your one ball. So you could have 2 trades, right? Going long. Now you finished your one ball, you're looking for a short. Here's a target right here. European session. Somewhere in here's your entry. 40 pips. Now you're at the bottom of the channel. What are you going to do? You're going to play long, right?
Mm.
If you played long, somewhere in here's your entry. Right there. 40 pips. Now you go to the next day, you're playing along again. European session. Here's your entry. 10 pip stop loss. That's a 1-to-1. That's a 1-to-1 trade. Then you take a long again here. And that's not a trade. That's too big a stop loss. And I'll go to the next day. What are you looking for? You're looking for the short. There are 2 ball. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Ball. And you're almost at the top of the channel. And your D2 is converged, but your H10 has not. So you look at the 15 and say, where are we on the 15? H10 comes into sync over here. And if you look at the 5 minute, say, okay, I'm gonna wait for a retrace, which happens here. Here's my entry. 60 pips. Make sense?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So this is how you're looking. He's going to go into more detail. Obviously, I'm not doing the full details here. He has a lot more analysis behind it than I do. I'm a lazy person. I don't analyze.
So what I'm thinking is like at the beginning of the week, make a template for each interesting pairs that we are trading that week, and get those boxes, because at each time that I change template, I delete them and I forget the prior analysis that was made in that. So I'm going to try, and I have an indicator that is take me the box off from my chart when I changed time frame.
Okay.
So yeah, so I made those boxes, and when I changed the time frame, it deleted. I don't know why.
There are some indicators that don't like each other.
Yeah, I think it's the high and low of the day. I'm going to play with that to see if.
Yeah, see, I don't have any indicators on my chart except for the balls, the ones we're using. That's it. I don't like to. I like my charts clean.
Yes, that's so good.
That way I don't get biased by numbers.
Yeah. Right.
I have my price action, and that's all I go by. Right.
Right.
So Euro NZD, again out of sync over here. Here's the box. Here's the trade long. and here's a trade short. It's once you know where the D2 and the weekly are out of sync, and you can draw your big box, you know your trading range for that week.
So, for example, can you see the Euro New Zealand in the 1 minute to see if there's possibility of trading that?
So what are you trading? You're trading a long here.
Yes.
Right? Is it a long?
No, in the no.
Okay, then this is not something you should even be looking at.
Okay.
Right? It didn't do much today, right?
No.
We made a few pips, but that's about it. Correct?
Well, I lost some pips.
Okay, but you're going long on something that's going short.
Yeah. Okay.
Any other ones you want to look at? I can do a quick because it's 5 o'clock.
No, it's okay. Yes, and I have to go early today, but it was a great session.
Okay. All right, then. See you guys. Have a good one.
Yeah, thank you a lot.
Thank you.
It
Thank
was
you very
great.
much.
Great session. Thank you.
So I'm going to call it for the day, Renata, because my son is quite not doing good. So I'm going to watch after him. So
okay.
I see you tomorrow. But it was good. It was I like the focus in a few person and follow it. That was a good one.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Bye.
thank you. Bye.
Thank you. See you.
See you tomorrow.